All right. Good morning again. It's time to get a look at this pedal. Been taped up here, so just gonna replace the whole cord because whatever happened to this, and this wire is pretty old. There's a good chance, and there's a big crack here where it's cut, so just gonna start with the pedal. Here is all rusted. Start with the pedal. So there's a tab hole in these usually. Here you can just stick a screwdriver in and slide this back. The cover on most of these has another stop because only need to get it that far open to get the plug off. And this one is probably in perfectly good shape, but it's got some cosmetic issues, and I have the new one that I found at the thrift store for cheap, so just compress that so it pops out. So if you've never seen one of these grommets before, it's a stress relief grommet, so it has this knob or this piece that presses in there, makes a kink in the cord, and then when you push it in through the hole there, the kink in the cord keeps tension so it stays stuck, and that prevents you from getting tension on these connections and pulling loose. So set that aside because we don't need it. And now there's two screws in this connector. This is the one that goes onto the back of the motor. Make sure I get my ratchet the right way to unscrew these. Alright. Loose there. It's a little self-tapping screw, makes sense. Then they don't have to thread the bakelite before they stick the screw in. That also means, of course, that you can't over-tighten these screws because they will just strip out this bit of plastic. So this is, I'm certain, impossible to see, but these are labeled 1, 2, 3. And when the connector's the correct way around, it would be 1, 2, 3. But the top off here, this has a double connector and those have singles because each of these connectors is just crimped on the wire. And we've got this wire here goes to the plug, so we've got a so the plug is on 1, 2. And the foot controller is on 1, 3. Pull those out. These are all just tack soldered onto these tabs. So I will have to cut those off and get my soldering iron out to tack solder that back. And also, I need to write a note about that to make sure that I get those in the right order again. But I don't have anything to write with, but I have my phone, so I will write a note on my phone. Go. Great way to keep notes. Text yourself. And this grommet is split, so it's just come out of there, and that cord is free. Now, because I got this apart and discovered that I'm going to need my soldering iron, I will have to stop this and go get my soldering gun so I can set up for soldering this and rewiring it. But cheap extension cords, plenty of wire for this, and you can get them in the right length. So I have two here. One I'm going to cut one end off for the power cord. Pardon me. And the other one I'm going to cut both ends off for the pedal here. See, in this pedal, they lost the stress relief grommet for here and tried tying a knot to keep it. But this is the new one, and this one is very tight. Do to get some more leverage in here. Oh, it was so tight that I just pulled it past that second barrier, but you see this is guess since this is open, I'll grab the Dremel and dust up these contacts a little bit, since they're pretty bad. But you can see it's just a set of resistors. This isn't one of the carbon pile ones. Cool. Alright, well. Alright, well, since we're at a quick stopping point until I find my soldering iron and stuff, I guess I will be back after I accomplish that mess. And then some of this in order, I guess. Alright.